after the success of fixing Tommy's bike, after he decided he'd throw it in a ditch, showing me how fast he can't go at the weekend, we repaired the sprocket, peg, clutch, headlight, and a few other bits and pieces. I was at Chaps Emporium today and I spotted this old motorbike frame. It's an XJR 600 with lovely mag wheels on it. Just got the wheels, the front mudguard there, the seat and the tank at the back, forks on it and the handlebars there. I've taken most of it apart and I just thought I'd take on this project of trying to make a full motorcycle simulator. So I thought I'd start with a nice frame like this, taking all the pieces off that I want, and then I'm going to build this up as I go, try and do this one properly with a lean mechanism which controls where the bike steers rather than the handlebars as I did before on the yaw, and try and fit it with proper controls this time. So an actual clutch, a proper gear lever on your foot, and a back brake on your right foot, just a button box and a basic front brake and throttle on the yaw model. So thought I'd try and go for it with this. The lean obviously is going to be the sort of main part of it that will need to be done. But first, before I do that, it's old and shoddy, of course, so I'm going to take off all the parts that I don't really want, like the brake discs and the rear sprocket and any other extraneous parts that aren't going to be useful. And then I'm just going to clean it all up, wire brush it all down, give it a quick sand, give it a quick spray, and then we'll see how we get on. So I'm just removing some of the more tricky parts, some of the bolts. I mean, this thing's been outside for about 20 years, so a lot of the bolts don't want to give up, so the grinder will make sure that they do, and we'll see if we can break this down into parts, and I'll show you the next stage when I'm about to spray. Okay, this is where we're at today. All the parts have been separated out. There's not too much really, just the frame, the two wheels, the tank and the handlebars, and the two stays there. So the plan now is to spray all of this. I've separated everything out. The discs and sprocket are off the wheels. Some of the bolts came out, some of them needed the grinder. I've cut any extraneous bits off of the frame so it's nice and simple. And I've masked everything up, just masked around the tyres there, which is a lazy way of spraying because I can't be bothered to take the tyres off. I've masked up the forks because they were in okay condition, shined up the chrome a bit on those and they look okay. The tank, bit bobbly, not sure how that will come out, and some nice rental bars to go on. So this is how it's all going to fit together. The plan is to spray the tank, the bars, the wheels solid gold, baby, and then chrome for the whole frame. So that's it all masked up and ready to go. I'm having to spray inside because it started bloody raining, but here we go. Let's see how it comes out. Here it is, the Harley David Star, finished in chrome and beautiful Jewish gold. It's come out pretty well, to be honest. I've had to do a couple of little bits and pieces. Threaded bar through the rear there and a threaded bar through the suspension. Both of those are missing. Had to tighten up the forks a little bit. The main bearing, that's still a bit wobbly and loose, but it'll be okay for what we're doing, as obviously the maximum speed of this particular bike is going to be 0 miles per hour. So the plan here is, like, obviously in the big engine bay bit, I'm going to have to fit in some controls and bits and pieces, and I'm also going to put a big speaker in there so the engine noise comes from there. Just the spring just covered it in rust cure, and look, it's come out okay, so I'm just going to leave that okay. Seat's in good condition, that's nice. Tank's a bit bobbly and bubbly, but I have got a fuel tank cap coming for it, so that's all good. And really just waiting for the parts now, the controls and other bits and pieces. That will be a bit more complicated. Might go down today and get the actual board that it's going to sit on and see if I can try and work out this idea of AJ's, which is to hold the front wheel and then use like a counter steering to lean the bike left and right. We did it down at Chaps Emporium with an old scrambler, and I held the front wheel and it sort of seemed to work. So we're going to give that a go. Looking forward to the next stage. Yes, some small progress today. I've made this wonderful racetrack, as you can see, with the edging curbs and the track down the middle. Shouldn't be any problem with track limits on there. It's exactly the correct length for a motorcycle with a top speed of 0 miles per hour. And here's AJ's idea with the front wheel held. I've left it a little bit of play at the front there, and I've got some chocks on the back wheel just to hold it on. Initially it looks like the mechanism is good. I can put my feet up and I can balance the bike. It's only just pinned in at the front to test it, but yeah, there we go. So I can balance that. Leaning over is quite intuitive, but I feel quite afraid to lean more than a few degrees really, because it's although you can pull yourself back up with the steering, I think we're going to need some kind of pressure to stop you going right over, because otherwise you're having to, you know, lean the other way to hold the bike, whereas you really want to be getting right down, you know, and leaning it over. So there's going to have to be something to stop the bike leaning so far. I'm not quite sure what to do with that. I'm wary to use springs, but I think maybe just a stop for now, with some kind of progressive pressure that stops you going over too far. But it's looking pretty nice, and looking forward to the next part. Just show you around a little bit. Yeah, so just a couple of brackets there to hold the front wheel, and little chocks in the rear there to hold that. And yeah, bit more engineering required yet, but we're starting to get there.